Well, when your mic was muted, this is what I'm curious to hear from you as a response to the studies that we were talking about when your mic was muted. Talking about number of premarital sexual partners being associated with, as those numbers climb, being associated with STDs, infidelity, marital dissatisfaction, and divorce.
In women? In women, you mean?
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, I think that probably, so I don't know exactly at this point, but I think that probably that's true.
Because at first you were like, no, there's no way.
I mean, I think it's, so I'm not sure. But what I read is actually that there is a change in the women's behavior, and usually they get less and less promiscuous simply because they change their target, and they don't want to have just a hookup, but they want to have a long relationship. So they start to become more selective after a certain age. And I was like interested in this study because I saw that I saw myself in that, to be honest. But again, it was not talking about me. It was talking about a pattern. But then you showed the graphics. So I think that regardless of that, even if, so the way to put the two things together, I think, is that even if you have been very promiscuous and then you change your behavior because biologically that's what it happens, your past habit might still influence you in the future, maybe less than before, but still we are talking about monogamy.
You're kind of desensitized to what sex really means and what it's for after that.
And if you're not really desensitized, it's
I mean,
more
yes,
like,
though, like, because if you're in your 20s being super promiscuous, or serial monogamy is your thing, and you're just getting ran through in your 20s, and then your preferences change, as you say, the statistics show, and then you start looking for something different, which is a long-term monogamous relationship, then you're kind of screwed because guys don't want to be with someone with a high body count.
Well, honestly, I don't know.
So maybe if that's the pattern, we need to like kind of reverse course.
Okay, so in this show, you keep on saying that. I'm not sure because I myself, honestly, I don't have a very high body count, so I cannot really
I don't mean you in particular, but you're talking about the trends.
But the point is that I don't know how much actually women with a high body count can get boycotted by the men. I'm not sure about that.
I don't
Many
know
women
boycott,
find
boycott.
Like boycott
we need one. Maybe we need a boycott.
Well, I mean that I think the women generally, if they, I don't know. I mean, women generally can find a partner even if they have a high body count. I mean, I know that in this show, it exactly the opposite is said over and over for weeks and months now. But I still,
well, women are the gatekeepers of sex, but I would say that men are the gatekeepers of commitment. So
that's
if you're looking for commitment,
okay, I agree.
You're going to need
very
men
red pill,
to decide on that, whether they want to commit to you.
That, and I'm not
agree with her.
Yeah, women choose the sex. Like we say yes to sex, men pursue the relationship.
Yeah,
which is why sex needs to be delayed when you're looking for a long-term relationship. It needs to be delayed.
I mean, these are all rules that are very fixed. But then when you are in an actual relationship with a human beings, all these rules are not necessarily followed exactly like that.
I'm following them.
I mean, you can follow, and they can work for you. That's 100% fine. What I'm saying is that everything I've read about the red pill does not apply to my everyday experience. Not exactly. There is sometimes yes, okay, sometimes yes, but then there is a certain percentage that goes away from the main laws. So that's not necessarily true that if I have sex with a guy that I like, that means that I will never get married with him.
No, I'm not saying that. But
I thought you were saying
like,
that.
If you're looking for a long-term monogamous relationship, having sex without commitment is not a good idea for you as a woman.
So how much
and
time?
commitment means
how
marriage.
many days? How many weeks do you have to wait before having sex?
Until
with
you're
what
married.
Oh my, that's crazy.
And I know that sounds
That's
crazy. And it even, you know what?
That's
Last
crazy.
time I was on the show, people
My
were
mom
in the
thinks the same
comments
thing.
who in the comments who
even my
normally
grandma, you
are
know?
like red pill or whatever. They were saying Mary's taking this shit too far. She's asking too much of men. Blah blah. I think women do need to have higher standards, and they need to start delaying sex in relationships, whether it's marriage or something else that you wait for. Whatever, do your thing. But I'm saying that it's a necessary component of looking for commitment from a man.
I don't think it's wise not knowing the person you're going to marry and spend at least many years of your life together, not knowing him on a physical level before you actually marry him.
I think that you can
should
be
know
very
him.
sure that you have chemistry with someone
Yeah,
before having sex with them, which means
even the sexual
you know that you want to
chemistry.
have sex with someone before you have sex with them,
You-
which
you
is
never-
why you
Yeah,
have
but
sex
that
with
doesn't
them.
mean the sex is good.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, in general, you need to know that person, his psychology, but also his body and how he behaves. I mean, this story
But
of
listen,
getting virgin.
you never hear married women being like, I really had to make sure my husband was good in the bed. That's what kept our relationship together. It's usually a lot of other things. Typically, the only people
No,
I
I'm
see,
not
hold
saying
on.
that. Yeah.
Typically, the only people I typically see defending like sexual experience is important is like single women or women are like not locked down, don't have a father or a husband, and the guys become a father too. So I think like when it comes to relationships though, like sex is really like not as important as keeping a
agree.
long-term relationship
I
going. And another thing is this too. If a woman has been ran through, she's like desensitized to the whole sexual experience. She's more familiar with breaking up with a guy and getting over a guy than keeping a relationship
That's
together.
You've been
We're
the
talking-
closest
sure,
you
can I
possibly can
respond?
be to another person.
Can I respond
and
to
it,
him?
That
Because otherwise
that
we forget.
relationship ends over and over again. That does something to your brain.
That's
Yeah.
the
Go ahead.
pattern we were talking about before, and I kind of agreed. Like probably if you have a habit, you will keep on having that habit in a way or another. Even if it gets better, maybe you still I don't know about that. Okay, I don't know what all the women out there are doing. But to respond to you, yes, I agree 100%. I mean, if you just have sex with that person and then and then you decide, okay, let's get married, that's crazy. What I'm saying is that you need to know that person in all the like 360 like
But
degrees.
they've actually they've actually debunked that. There's like the myth of inexperience. They're saying like, oh, you know, these things will cause you to have a bad relationship. Is actually not statistically
who debunked
significant.
that? Who debunked that?
I think it was the Pew Research and like they
Okay,
did one.
I don't fit in that research. In my case,
Okay,
I
so
need to
then
know the
that's
guy physically.
That's called confirmation bias.
No, it's not confirmation.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is. You're saying like this because this doesn't apply to me. It doesn't
What
apply
I'm
to a
saying
generality
that
of
no,
people out there.
No, I'm not saying that. She is free to keep her virginity until the end, or until she gets a marriage. I'm not judging her choice. I'm saying that her choice is not the universal choice. I myself, I just take me as an example because I know myself. That pattern would not work with me. So that choice is definitely fine, legit, but not universal. You can. I would need.
Yeah, I would
need
say
to
it is
know.
a universal, which is what we're arguing about.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I mean
that's like how the
he
majority
was,
of cultures have been doing it.
sorry, say
Women
it again?
are lying to themselves about what they want a lot of the time.
Yeah.
And they're
how
using
is it
sex for a
related?
feeling of closeness, but it's not going to last.
Right, but I'm not saying that you just have to fuck with your future husband. You have to know them. I mean, you have to know him psychologically, his behavior, his habits, his daily life, together with the sexual connection that you can have. From my personal perspective, okay? So you think in a different way, and that's fine.
As long as you acknowledge
as long
that
as
would
it
make you
works
the
for
exception and not the rule in
I
terms
don't
of
think
all
I don't
women.
think I make the exception. That's the point. I'm just a certain percentage. I don't know what percentage is that, but I don't think that. I mean, if you are a virgin and you get married with your husband, that means that your relationship is for sure going to be
No,
successful 100%.
I'm
more
saying
likely
it's a
to,
better chance.
Higher
You're
probability,
saying,
yeah,
like,
because we're
I
talking
mean,
about
okay,
talking about
okay.
long-term relationships and husband, and then according to your, strategy, you haven't even achieved success with that, which is a husband.
Say the last sentence again. Sorry.
So basically, you're defending your train of thought. But if the end goal is to get a husband, you don't have a husband, so you're.
Now, if we're being
thing
totally
is-
fair, I'm not married either, so
But you're also not having sex.
I'm not looking for
Right.
a husband though. I mean, I don't care about getting married. I want to have a relationship. Then marriage is a contract, as you say. I agree with that, and I don't need. I mean,
Right, but
I
we're
don't need to
talking.
have the contract.
We're talking about overranking the importance of sex in keeping someone long term, like a husband.
And you were saying that like you were afraid that your significant other was going to cheat on you later on in your relationship, right?
I
To
mean,
go to
I
somewhere
think that
else.
there is that pattern in males, maybe even my partner, but I don't know.
Yeah, but sorry, but I think you called Mary crazy, but she is taking those steps to make sure that
She's
does not
crazy,
happen.
She's crazy